Good morning, Mr. Go. I am Asylum Nathan Chris from Diet 1E, and I'm going to present my Malampaya Funds budget allocation. There. First is I gave a budget of 25% to the Department of Human Settlement and Urban Development for the building of more housing for the urban poor. 25% is 100,652,000 US dollars, or 5,110,152,366 pesos. I gave this huge budget because I want to avoid insecure residential status, inadequate access to safe water, to sanitation, and other basic infrastructure and services. I also want to avoid poor housing quality and overcrowding. As we all know, there are so many people living in squatter areas in the city, and it creates a significant range of problems for cities, as their chaotic and close-knit nature makes it very difficult to improve infrastructure within the area. And I think it is more beneficial for the economy in the long run if we could relocate the people living in the squatter areas to another place, so that we could build more buildings, infrastructures, businesses, etc. Let's say that we will be budgeting 1 million pesos per house. If we divide it to our budget, we can provide housing for 5,110 Filipinos. Of course, there are qualifications. These are just based on my opinion. First, must be a natural-born Filipino. Second is lives in the squatter area and must be a resident in the area for more than 10 years. Third, yearly income of the household must not exceed 300,000. Fourth, must be willing to pay 50% mortgage in a span of 30 years. Second, I gave a budget of 20.2% for the improvement of facilities and purchase new equipment for government hospital. 20.2% is 80,800,000 US dollars, or 4,096,479,200 pesos. This budget will be used for purchasing new equipment and the improvement of facilities of different departments in our hospitals. These are the list of different departments. So in the inpatient wards, we have emergency department, cardiology department, intensive care unit, neurology, oncology, OB departments, and there are also other hospital departments such as nursing administration, outpatient departments, pharmacy, radiology, pathology, and laboratory medical records. So improving public hospital facilities and owning equipments will lessen the bill for our patients, or the patients can be free of charge. This will greatly help us in the future, and that's all. Third, I gave a budget of 19.71% for the expansion of four-year college scholarship for the less privileged youth. 19.71% is 78,840,000 US dollars, or 4,459,860 pesos. let's just say that we will be giving a budget of 50,000 a year per student times 4, which would be equal to an amount of 200,000 pesos per student. Now let's say we will be giving 20,000 slots for 4-year college scholarship in the Philippines. The amount will reach up to 4 billion pesos or 78,830,920 US dollars. This will really help our students in the Philippines, especially for those who really need scholarships and for those who really want to pursue their college degrees but don't have enough budget, so um, they were not able to choose the degree that they want because they don't have sufficient budget for the degree that they really want. So fourth is I gave a budget of 12.59% for building bridges connecting Visayas and Mindanao. 12.59% is 50,360,000 US dollars or 2,556,752,020 pesos. Actually, there is already an existing plan to build 8 bridges that would link Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Here are the locations of the bridges. This will add up to 105.2 kilometer worth of framework. The bridges would cost at least 269 billion, which include the following. So here are the bridges. So since we only have a budget of 25,369,250,000 pesos, we will be prioritizing one bridge for the year. If we divide 269 billion to 105.2 kilometer, the cost of each bridge, each kilometer is 2,557,034,221. If we look again at the 8 bridges, there is a 1 kilometer bridge that would connect Bohol and Lapinig, which would cost around 2,557,034,221 pesos. Excuse me. So connecting bridges will really help the economy, especially tourism, and transportation will be more easier. And if you want to travel, you can travel more easier with the use of these bridges. Fifth, I gave a budget of 10.437% for the purchasing of training equipment and new uniforms for Philippine athletes. 10.437% is 41,748,000 US dollars or 2,118,982,362 pesos. Although this budget is already too big for equipments and uniforms alone, I think we should also improve our sports centers in which our athletes can train with their individual sports. Sixth, I gave a budget of 7.9% for the purchasing of state-of-the-art ship and equipment for the Philippine Coast Guard. 7.9% is 31,525,536 US dollars or 1,600,000,000 pesos. I gave this one of the least budget because the investigation of some of the planet's least explored oceans are not really my top priority. But Most of the budget here will be used in the purchasing of equipments for the PCG or Philippine Coast Guard. Seventh and the last, I gave a budget of 4% for paying loans to the World Bank. 4% is 16 million US dollars or 811,184,000 pesos. I gave this the lowest budget because I think we should let the money grow first. After that, we will pay our loans. Um, that's all, sir, for my um, reporting for the Malampaya um, budget allocation funds. Thank you, sir, and have a wonderful evening.